morning! It's the Morning Word Show. Live on Twitch. Currently setting up for a new typewriter. Which actually, if I angle this down better, you'll be able to see. Well, not a new typewriter, of course. There aren't that many new typewriters anymore. But a new typewriter and a new project, which was a project that I had it for a while. One of those things that you say, oh, I'll do it. And it kind of just sits there. And then you find out that you were supposed to send some stuff out a few days ago. I am writing some haikus in honor of history and colonialism. Very specific. For children. Obviously, not all completely 100% able to be geared to children, but not saying that they're like inappropriate, but it's just more that sometimes the multisyllabic fun still happens. But today we're going to be doing haikus and just writing them out. I might actually run this stream way longer. Well, I don't think I'm going to run it way longer than an hour, but we are going to be on here for an hour today. We are doing haikus from start to finish. If you have any ideas for a haiku, I could throw one or two in there. But with the ferocity of a student trying to finish an overdue paper, I had to have this project that I'm going to do. In the meantime, welcome. If you are tuning in and you are watching live, feel free to drop a comment, say hello. If you are not and you are watching on YouTube, feel free to drop a comment, say hello. And let's roll. I'm going to bring back some of our music. Let me make sure that it is on shuffle, which it is not. That's good. I think that's a great song to start us with. And our music, as always, comes sourced straight from The Don, and by which I mean Akira the Don. And we are ready to roll. So yes, so these haikus are based. They're kind of a substitute for what would have happened if I were at a craft show for a local, what's called Colonial Kids Day. So some of the haikus that I've already had involve themes of harvest, revolution, other historical themes. And nature. Except I'm excited to finally finish these. So I just have to retype. Now, part of the reason why I have a new typewriter set up here is because this typewriter is optimized to write haikus. And what do I mean by that? I mean that I have set my margins on this typewriter so that the haiku is very easily done. Oh. One day, maybe tomorrow, we'll have a reading party for all these haikus since I'm going to be blowing through them. Anyway, the past few days I've struggled a little bit with what I guess I would call stagnating process on the stream. That's not to say I do not appreciate everybody that's already has been tuned in before. It's more so that I am at a loss for growth. But then I remembered after yesterday's stream, which was paltry and short, that this was all originally created to help me write more in the mornings. And that was the point. And I realized that I got to refocus on that. And I don't think that's a terrible thing that I kind of went through that, to reference a song that's playing, the Phoenix-like process. We go through cycles where we know why we're doing something. We struggle a little bit to recall that because we get caught in the doing of it. And then we reset ourselves. That'll make a great poem tomorrow. One thing this project proves is I always work better under pressure. Always work better under pressure. I know I have a tabulator set up. Give me a second. I gotta find where my tabulator is. There we go. That's a little better, right? So now if I hit tab, that's better. Anymore. If I keep breezing through them at this pace, This will be very easy. Doing some field research on my laptop. Funny that you can call it that. You can call it field research because I'm currently in my field. Ha! I'm losing my mind. Please all forgive me as I lose my mind. I love this typewriter, honestly. This is a 1949 Royal Quiet Deluxe. I never introduced it. It was designed by Henry Dreyfuss, who also did some pretty interesting architectural projects, I believe. But that's the limit of my understanding of Henry Dreyfuss. It's very post-Art Deco, by which I mean that like it's Art Deco but post. And this one, I don't think I could ever part with it. I was going to. I was actually going to sell it to somebody, and then I realized I couldn't. It's a beautiful little typewriter. There we go. Colonial history of the United States. I want to make sure that I integrate historically accurate elements, but part of what I'm really doing here is I'm just trying to get kids excited through verse for elements of American colonial history. And a little post and a little pre. I did write an obligatory poem for the Indians. And I mean that because that's often a ignored part of history. My wife does her regular dip in to say goodbye as she goes off for her day. There we go. I think this is good. I gotta reset that one. Oh, goodness. I need to correct the number on this one. There we go. Oh. The paper I'm using today to be able to make these haikus is genuine 100% Levenger paper, which is a fine paper manufacturer that actually has an office about an hour away from me, even though they're kind of based worldwide. I got the paper at one of those church sales. Somebody had put it out. And the little side of it says Levenger. All right, 4, 5. Pushing on. I don't know if I wrote about Yorktown already. Sometimes the problem with haikus or senru is that they don't I do get locked in at 575, obviously. Station identification. If you're tuning in, this is the Morning Word Show. We're doing haiku this morning as I create some haikus for a project that I have to do. I just had a haiku in my head and I lost it. I feel like there's something missing. So I talked a lot about farms. I talked a lot about town life. I talked a lot about a little bit about Indians, a lot about American Revolutionary stuff. A lot about American Revolutionary stuff. I feel like that's the part the kids want to hear about. They want to hear that explosive stuff. Like, I don't want it to come off like I'm like you basically referencing everything from the movie Patriot. But, I mean, these are haikus. You know, it's not like I'm creating some masterpiece here. And I mean, they're together they're a masterpiece. But each individually can only express a very simple idea. It's like tweeting. Poetic equivalent of tweeting. But, actually, I gotta stop myself before I continue because it's not the poetic equivalent. Tweets are not they don't have as much substance as good haikus and senrus do. Like there was one here. You know, the imagery is very sharp because you dispense with the typical sentency word. Like this one. Till the sunset. Till all the cows come home. The lowing eaves moan. Like the rhyme structure, the content, the image, all powerful there. And that one is really a true haiku because that one is a lot more natural. One of the things I am going to actually do. So, but like, it begs a question. I still feel like I'm missing something. The substance of history. Oh no. The substance of history. What is the history that I am missing? And this is why I wish that we had some people on the chat this morning. I would really love to get some thoughts on the elements I'm not seeing. Start that one. This one. There's some of these that come out of here, and I frankly think they would do well in a museum. Unknown man forgot, wrought by history so taught, disappears from thought. Powerful. One of these was a one about George Washington. The one I want to find. I guess I don't have one about George Washington. Howdy do. I seem to have skipped 142. Didn't get that. The song playing right now is the instrumental for a combined Joe Rogan, Hear the Dawn song called Be the Hero, encouraging us to be the hero of our own story. What happened there? It's all right. All right, I'm gonna mark off where I'm at now, just to see. Actually, if it's 115 to 143, that means we're 2 away from my number of 30. I'm going to see if I can find 4 or 5 already written ones. Oh, it's cute. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm tooting my own horn, but I do think that a lot of these are very witty. I'm talking about my non-historical fare of these haikus. So I pulled one out. The windmill husbands turn reverent to their wind wives, flowing so graceful. Okay, onwards we go. Sorry for the camera shake. Gotta hand it to this 70-year-old typewriter for just not stopping. What was interesting about that one is I had the idea of doing recording the law, but recorded in law sounds better. I don't mean by because like in-laws, but like recorded in law. And part of what's interesting about haikus is that there's a sort of haikus and senryu, of course. There's sort of intention in the word. Field research. Ah. These are good. These continue to be good. I would be absolutely dumbfounded if I could finish the majority of them in the mere 1 hour stream. It would make me very much regret my past actions, but at the same time, I would be appreciative of the new thing. My dog is staring at me. One of these days, I got to bring my dog on the stream. He is a cute pup. He's not actually a pup. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe, you know, like Twitch, obviously, streamers that have, you know, there's been an invasion of I don't want to make it like a judgmental thing, but there's an invasion of Twitch streamers that tend to, you know, use their looks for their advantage. We'll just leave it at that. I guess I should do the same with my dog. Have him be part of the stream. I could get like a little seat up here. He could just sit right behind me. On a ledge. Actually, it would be really cute if he could sit on a ledge. We're going to be closing out this stream soon. It has been 48 minutes according to my time. That one's controversial. In a good way. Smithfield Farm finds us. Brick's Lane to rest pre-war past. Let the beauty last. Referencing slavery in a slight. Well, I'm very happy with myself because I actually set out like 4 hours to do this morning. So it doesn't look like it's going to take that long. And that's why I feel like an idiot. But idiocy is better than not doing anything at all. All right. I want to thank anybody and everybody for tuning in before and after, live and not live. This has been the Morning Word Show number 62. Today was a big haiku day. Frankly, I should do these haiku days on a regular basis. I think that's going to be a thing. Maybe Fridays. Is today Friday? No, tomorrow's Friday. Fridays are going to be haiku days. So next week we will put that into play. Thank you again so much, and you all have a wonderful day. Sorry. Accidentally spiked the volume.